Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. Today, a ranked versus ranked matchup as a couple of top 25 teams get set to go jaw to jaw. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the game. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The offense will have to use its... out of the half. Line gets set, first down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain on some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Back to pass, it's Milroe. Good timing on the quick out. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hale. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The aerial assault continues. This time he's got it. That's a live ball. And they were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
And you start to get that off.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Trying to find his man on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Back to throw, it's Milroe. Finds his big tight end. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
We knew this offense wanted to come out here and let it rip through the air. This QB is in a beautiful rhythm early. Nice job with his footwork and his eyes, and he completes a big one there. Get this offense humming.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch, called for and made. The offense lining up for a first down play. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. A first down for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Buys a little time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. To the air, it's Howard. Got him downfield. All by himself down the middle. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Got a man. It's Judkins. Touchdown, Buckeyes! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
All tied up, just about set to kick it away. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking downfield, it's Milroe. Looking to the big tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play in the first. He's going to pass. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's Williams.
Well, that's a real good-looking throw. And I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks. And they've also had a lot of different guys calling plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been. And the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up. And this is a guy who loves football, loves the X's and O's. And you're seeing it translate onto the field right now.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Moving out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking for a man. It's Milroe. Still looking on the move. Going to try to get it himself. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. Got a man. It's Williams. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. An 84-yard drive there. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he's got it at the 30. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State. What a catch and run for 6.
And that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
And he tacks on the extra point. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Milroe. Keeps looking downfield. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Cuevas. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the 1st down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Buys a little time with his feet. He'll pull it down. The ball's free. Oh, look what I found. The offense keeps it.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Going up top on first down. Throws to the tight end. It's caught downfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. He'll throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hale. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air, it's Milroe. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He's going to look for a man on third and short. And the ball is picked off. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
If you don't have good vision, you're not going to be a middle-of-the-field safety. You got a lot of ground to cover from hash to hash. You better be able to see the quarterback. You better be able to see routes and break on the football. Nice job seeing the formation, seeing the route, breaking on it, and making the interception.
That's reeled in. It's Judkins. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. Running toward the tape. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the big fella. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Quick completion on the out route. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
The closer you get to the end zone, the more you start to bring big bodies on the field, right? The field shrinks. I'm worried about you running the football, particularly up the middle. But how about the offense? Does a nice job tossing the ball on the perimeter.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up, keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win in David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air, it's Milroe. Fires one high and deep. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. Just enough time for one final play in this half. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Caught near the sticks. It's Law. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. Got things teed up and just about ready to go here in the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
They'll go back to the air on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Here's the snap. Ready to cut one loose. Now he'll throw back into the middle. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Complete to the left. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State, Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying. My, how times have changed. Now it is pass, 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 find explosive playmaker.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes that Alabama offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Back to throw, it's Milroe. He looks that one in nicely. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Trying to convert this second and short. Quarterback checking off. On second down, he'll fire. Unloads to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. This guy is special, and Alabama's had a lot of them. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, who could make a huge play at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, big plays down the field, you get it to him, you know it could be a home run anytime he touches it. When you start mentioning those names, it just shows you the explosive nature. Everybody you mentioned, you know they can run right by you and hit those home runs, and so far, he's making some big plays in this ballgame.
Comes out throwing on first down. Buys a little extra time. Dances away again. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Dropping back, it's Howard. Quarterback moving. Got his man on the outside. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And that's why this QB's speed is such an asset. He can use it to his advantage, buy himself time to make a nice throw down the field.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he got loose, it was all over. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields. Might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Tide! Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
They'll try to get outside. Turns it on in midfield. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter.
35, Alabama, 28.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Using the quick game. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. That one comes out hot down the right side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell, pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot, unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
Back to pass, it's Milroe. He's not afraid to go deep.
That's so frustrating for a quarterback. He sees an open guy, he's ready to rip the football, and then all of a sudden, one of those defensive ends gets their big mitt in the air and knocks it down.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Quickly to the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Got his man downfield. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. This offense always looking for those big explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. They'll throw it on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Back to the air one more time. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting